Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I don't think I'm very good at this getting your TBR below 50 in the year of 2025. So my goal is to be under 50 books. And last time I did a scale the TBR video was at the end of February, and we're close to like mid-April. So I might have missed one in there. But here's the thing. I started this spring cleaning challenge thing. And if you're keeping up, I think we're on episode 3. But each of them are like 1 to 2 hours. I was very surprised with myself. Somehow, I know how, and I'll explain. But somehow I went from 100 books on my TBR to 110. So spoiler, if you're watching the spring clean with me challenge with me, yeah, somehow I ended up with more books at the end of that than I did at the beginning. But here's the thing. I saved a bunch of books from Pingo Books, and I'm like, I want to give them a shot. So our starting number is 110, and I have 15 books, question mark, that I'm going to be unhauling. And then I have a small book haul. I don't think I'm going to be under 100. Last time we were actually at 98, which was under 100, which like made me super proud. And one of my goals is to get under 50 books on unread books on my physical TBR by the end of the year. Yes, we're only in April, which is only a quarter of the way through the year. But am I getting a little nervous for that goal? Absolutely. So, all of the books that I'm about to show you right now count in the 110. So it's actually going to go down a little bit. And then we're going to end with my book haul, which will make my book count go up again. I think I'm going to be over 100 still, unfortunately. But all of these books, I am DNFing. I'm probably not going to give you much information on why I'm DNFing this book or these books. I'm just going to tell you that they weren't for me. So it's Where You End by Abbott Kaler. This is actually a book that I hauled in 2025, and I thought I would love it, and I didn't. Made it like 50 pages. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just counting this as my DNFing era, and we're okay with that. Then there's Plain Nice by J.P. Delaney. This like switched at birth, but make it thriller. I was just bored. These next 4 I actually saved from Pingo, but I'm not interested. I know, very redundant, but The It Girl by Ruth Ware. I've read everything by Ruth Ware, and I've only liked one thing, and I started that book and didn't care. A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreary. I don't think that I'm like in my domestic era anymore. I've talked about it before on my channel. I just think that domestic thrillers are not my cup of tea anymore because they're all very similar, and I have read from Kimberly McCreary before and it was fine. This one, I don't remember anything about it. I just remember starting it and not wanting to read, so we're gonna unhaul it. This one I was on the fence about keeping. This is The Last Time I Saw You by Liv Constantine. I was very on the fence because it's like wealthy people problems, and those are just not for me. I should have trusted my gut. Then I have Hostage by Claire McIntosh. There's something about her writing that is not for me. I know that everyone loves her, and I'm super happy for you if you have read this and loved it, or any book by this author, but for some reason it just wasn't working for me, so I'm gonna unhaul it. This one is the one that hurts the most out of everything. Well, this one and the next one. But this is The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. I absolutely loved The Wishing Game. The Wishing Well? The Wishing Game. I was right. By this author. And I got this one because it said, by Meg Schaefer. And it's also inspired by Chronicles of Narnia, which I loved as a kid. I'm not a fantasy girly. And I did not have the same whimsical writing in The Lost Story like I had in The Wishing Game. Maybe it's just me, maybe I was completely off, but it wasn't as whimsical and as just pretty, and I just don't care, so I'm gonna unhaul it. Then this next one was brand new, and I DNF'd it within 40 pages. This is Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. Here's the thing. I get that they met when they were children, and it's definitely just a me thing, but he met her when she was 11 and he was 15, question mark. I don't know, he was older than her, but not such an age difference that if you were grown-ups, if you were adults, that 4 or 5 years no one would bat an eye. But when you're 15, 16, interested in an 11-year-old, everyone's gonna bat an eye. And I didn't really care for any of the characters in here, so I just gave up on it. I didn't get that far into it. I think 30 pages, which some might say is not enough time to give this book a chance, but for some reason I was just getting the ick from different things in this book, and I don't know, I know it's definitely a me thing. I just don't like following an 11-year-old who has a crush on a boy at all. I don't care his age, but the fact that he wasn't interested when they were children, and now they're it's present day. It's 10 years later, I think. I don't remember, but I just didn't care, and I don't care. So there's Little Disasters by Sarah Vaughan. This was another one that I saved from Pango, but ended up not really jiving with the writing, so. Then there's The Safe Place by Anna Dance. Here's the thing. I got this for content a while back. Then I tried to read it, wasn't jiving with it. And then I'm like, okay, let me buy it again, even though I didn't like it the first time, because I want to do that vlog that's been sitting in my head rent-free for years now. But here's the thing, I'm not interested in this book. So I need to stop doing that to myself. I'm sorry, I need to stop buying books just for content. I want to enjoy what I'm reading and only buy the books that I'm actually excited for. This is not one of them. Then I tried to read both of these for March's, I believe March's Buzzwordathon, which was Thing in the title. My Darling Dreadful Thing by Joanna Van Veen, and These Toxic Things by Rachel Housel Hall. I didn't like either of them. This one's like ghostly, and I mean that cover is what really got me. And the horror booktubers were reading it, and I was just bored. These toxic things, I don't know where I got it, or when I got it at my used bookstore. I wasn't loving the character, and like that's not always a problem for thrillers, but I don't know, I wasn't invested in the story at all, so I'm gonna DNF that one too. That's really funny. So now that we've totaled that up, I'm starting at 98, like after the unhaul. So that means that now our number is gonna go up, and like I said, we're gonna be over 100 books again. But you know what? It's okay. I'm not gonna be mad at myself. This April is my birthday month. I'm accepting gifts all month. I mean I am, but don't feel obligated. That's weird. I'm sorry. But it was my birthday month, and the fact that I went and bought books, we're gonna forgive and forget. So let me start with the one that I was not expecting. I have book mail from from Simon and Schuster, who are like a publishing company. If you know, you know. I mean, everyone knows. So, we're gonna open this on here on camera. We're gonna see what it is. It's probably something that I signed up for on Goodreads, but I didn't knew. Okay. Ooh. Did I sign up for this one? Maybe. It's very, very pink. Okay. Just making sure. Sometimes they have like peepers in them. This is All the Men I've Loved Again. Oh! Advanced Readers Edition. Ooh, okay, so it's an arc. From Christine Pride, co-author of the GMA book club pick We Are Not Like Them, comes a dazzling solo novel in which a woman grapples with fate and romantic destiny. Thinking she has moved on from a love triangle in her 20s until both men return to her 2 decades later, forcing her to choose between them again. Ooh, I don't love love triangles, but okay. 1999, Cora has arrived at college ready to change her life. She's determined to grow out of the shy, sheltered daddy's girl who attended an all-white prep school in her all-white suburb. What she's totally unprepared for is Lincoln, with his dark skin, charming southern drawl, and smile, because how can she ever prepare yourself for the roller coaster of first love? Just when Cora thinks she's got everything figured out, a series of surprises, secrets, and a devastating tragedy sends her into a tailspin. In the wake of this tempelement, a new man enters her life. Cora is once again thrown by the strength of her feelings, this time for Aaron, the enigmatic photographer who seems to understand her like no one else. With her whole heart at stake, Cora is pulled between two loves. One that's comfortable and one that's true. And now it's 20 years later, and she is avoiding all relationships at all costs. But being alone can't break your heart. But then an unexpected reconnection and a chance encounter put her right back where she started. The same 2 men, the same agonizing decision. Finding herself in this position again will test everything Cora thought she knew about fate, love, and most importantly, herself. Oh my god! Okay. Oh, it smells like new book. Oh, I love that smell. Okay. Then I went to Bookman's today. And no, I'm not ashamed. I don't care what you say. There's House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. I have no idea what this is about. I just bought it because it's Sarah Pekkanen. On the outside, they were the golden family with the perfect life. On the inside, they built the perfect lie. A young nanny who plunged to her death, or was she pushed? A little girl who collects sharp objects and refuses to speak. A lawyer whose job it is to uncover who in the family is a victim and who is a murderer. But how can you find out the truth when everyone here is lying? Okay, that sounds great. I found these deck of Friends cards. Let's see. I absolutely love Friends, so had to get them. Oh. Then we have Deepen by Ali Hazelwood. Honestly, I was looking for the new Abby Jimenez book, which I could not find. But my store had Ali Hazelwood's new book, and she is one of the only authors, along with Abby Jimenez, that I will pay full price for their book. I will not have to wait until it goes back on my used bookstore shelves, because they get new and used books, but I only buy the used books except for in extreme cases. And I mean, I've heard amazing things about this. It's like a new adult, competitive diver, and a swimmer romance. And I heard that there's like some steamy scenes, and that's all that I know. Yeah. Then I've got Battle Royale by Lucy Parker. This is like a baking show and a romance. And that sounds so good. Okay, then I'm very like scared, but there's Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I've heard amazing things about this. It's a romance. It's a dark romance between two serial killers. And that's all that I know. I think it's really steamy. And then there's The Decoy Girlfriend by Lily Bell. This follows like Hollywood people, which, you know, is not really up my alley. But I'm gonna do this one because I'm gonna read this one because it has like fake dating, and that's all that I had to know. So we started at 110. We DNF'd and unhauled enough to bring that number to 98. But 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. So we're back up to over 100 books on my TBR. I hope that you understand where I'm coming. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.